Spence versus Crawford. Are we closer to the super fight that we all want? Or is it all just smoke and mirrors? Now, sources say that most of the wrinkles are ironed out for this fight to happen. So it should happen possibly in October is what I'm hearing. Then they got other sources that say the fight is not close to being done. But before we even go to how close we are and you know what I'm saying, and how the fight is almost there and almost not there, let's do some history fact checks first. So if the fight doesn't happen, we'll see who's to blame because of it. All right? Now, we all know my boy Earl had a roller coaster ride of hiccups that delayed a lot of things that's going on. You know what I'm saying? Car accident, eye injury. I mean, you name it. But from the very first title fight he ever had, he remained true to his words and his promises. He wants to unify all the belts and be undisputed at 147. You can look at videos from back then before he even fought Kell. He said what he wanted to do. He went hostile territory to take that title, bring it back home. Unfortunate events happened. Still didn't derail him from his plan. Still did what he said he was going to do. Missed out on a big payday with Manny Pacquiao. Still beat the man that beat Manny Pacquiao in a brutal fashion. Putting asses in seats. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. These are all facts. He's been saying what he wanted to do for the last 5 or 6 years, and he's been doing it. Despite the hiccups, despite the accident, despite the eye injuries, despite everything, he wants to unify. You got a belt, he won it. He didn't give a fuck who the champion was. You won it. That's Errol. Now, this is history now. This is all facts. Now, Terrence Crawford. And I know I'm going to make some of you Crawford fans mad, but these are all facts. It's the truth. Terrence Crawford. Nobody on the PB side wants to fight me. No, I don't want to fight Sean Porter. We're friends. They trying to freeze me out. Well, it's up to my promoter, Bob Aaron. Think about this. Just think about it. All these excuses Terrence Crawford got for not trying to fight. Nobody on PBC side wants to fight him. He can't get no fights over there. Everybody's scared of him. Everybody this, everybody that. You know what I'm saying? He said it himself. If Bob couldn't secure me a fight with Errol Spence when I was with him, how can he secure me a fight when I'm not with him? I don't need Errol Spence to create my legacy. These are all facts. All facts. And as the new duck goes, the new duck is pricing yourself out. And it's this split talk. How you demand so much money and you're not even putting the asses in the seats to get that money? You got to make it make sense. And if you're so sure you can beat the guy, you know what I'm saying? Fight him regardless. Accept whatever he give you. You beat him, you the new cash cow. Then you can make your next fight, you can make your negotiations for how much you want. Because you beat the man with all the belts. People, don't be to the point to where you blind to the facts. You see who wants to fight, who's been through more adversity, trying to make the fight. Earl said he did what he said he was gonna do, and he did it. He cleaned up his side of the street. Now he coming for that last one. Nobody wanted to fight Earl. Not even Danny Garcia. The only reason Danny Garcia took that fight was he thought he had lingering effects after the accident. You know what I'm saying? Earl came back and fought the mandatory he was supposed to fight before he had the accident. Now, it don't get no realer and rawer than that. He didn't want no tune-up fights. He went straight after the guy he's supposed to fight before all the shit happened. Then you got, on the other side, Crawford. I don't need an Errol Spence to complete my legacy, or whatever the case may be. So my whole thing is this. You can't live off what you did at junior welterweight and expect and just disregard what this man is doing at welterweight. You in a new division, bruh. What you done did in the past don't excite me. That's like being an artist. I had a hit 5 years ago, so I automatically supposed to get nominated for a motherfucking Grammy, and my record ain't doing shit. The fuck out of here. We all know what Earl said he was going to do 5 years ago, like I've been saying. The boy's been doing it, despite all the hiccups. You got to respect that. And to me, if you a champion, if you ain't trying to be the undisputed, what the fuck is you fighting for? You never once heard Crawford say, I'm looking to be undisputed welterweight champion of the world. You never heard him say that shit out his lips. And if you have, show me the video. He's doing everything to dodge this fight. Now you have no more Bob Arum to blame it on. So now I think you're just trying to price yourself out on some real shit. Because you name me one fighter that Terrence Crawford can fight today and make more money than he would fighting Errol Spence. One. So that's what got me fucking confused about the purse split and all this shit. You ain't fighting. Who else can you fight to get an Errol Spence payday? Unless you move up and weight and fight a Charlo or something, but you still ain't gonna get that Errol Spence payday. Because the real hardcore fans and fight fans like myself gonna already know. If you lose, well, he did a Canelo Beevil. He went up too much. He wasn't ready. It's gonna be looked at as a lackluster situation anyway. Terrence Crawford is the one that's holding this fight up. Like Earl said, if it don't happen, it ain't on my end. And it's just a message. I mean, I'm just trying to get you Crawford fans to understand something. That's all. These are facts. Have you ever heard Terrence Crawford say, I wanted to be the the undisputed welterweight champion of the world? Have you ever heard him say that? Have you ever heard him say, I don't need Errol Spence to cement my legacy? Have you ever heard him say, I don't want to fight Errol Spence right after the car accident? Because if I win, people gonna say that's probably why I won, because he was off injuries and shit. The fact of the matter is, the old Errol Spence before the accident, he would have had a better chance at beating the new and improved focus, new lease on life Errol Spence. And that's the problem. Errol Spence was a problem before the accident. But now he got a new lease on life, and he's even more dedicated. He's a real fucking problem now. And let's be honest, he just don't want that smoke. Terrence Crawford got what, 39 fights, 28 knockouts or something like that? 29 knockouts, something like that. What other fighter has he ever went to snack the train for? My whole thing is he done backed himself into a wall now. He has no more Bob to blame. He's not with Bob. So if the fight don't happen, open your eyes, people. It's not Errol. It's not Errol. It's not Errol. And even Bomac said back when he fought Horn, we had a chance then to fight Errol Spence, but they chose Horn. These are all facts. And I know you Crawford fans hate to hear that shit, but these are all facts. They took the easy route to get the easier belt. Then they won't smoke with that boy. But that didn't deter Errol Spence's determination on doing what he said he was going to do 5 or 6 years ago. I want to be undisputed, then I'm moving up. So now this is a waiting game. Crawford gonna program. Errol's been sent him the fucking contract, sign the contract. What's the hold up now? You have no promoter. Sign the contract. If the fight don't happen, it's on Crawford. It's not Errol. Look at what's going on, people. Open your eyes. And y'all know me, I'ma always keep it raw and real. These are facts. These are facts. The boy really don't want to fight, and now he's forced into a corner to fight. Because you popped all this shit. No Bob Arum stopping you like he did you with the Manny Pacquiao fight. None of that shit. Either you gonna fight or shut the fuck up. Because in my opinion, what he's trying to do, he's trying to stall Errol Spence out. Trying to make him wait. But all that's going to do is make Errol move up and wait. And then you have a chance to become undisputed, because when he relinquished the titles, you probably beat any other welterweight out there right now. It's all game, baby. It's all game. That way he can be undisputed at welterweight, stopping Errol Spence from getting what he wanted to do at welterweight. Now Errol got to try to get 4 belts in the higher weight class. Then Terrence Crawford can say, oh, I'm undisputed at junior welterweight and welterweight, but you didn't beat the man at welterweight. Sort of like Canelo did with Benavidez. Waited till he got stripped, then want to be the man. It's bullshit, smoke and mirrors, all game. But like I say, I know this boxing shit inside out. And I know the business, the boxers, and how they try to run this shit. Trust me. It's all bullshit. If the fight don't happen, don't blame Errol. Because the man had hiccups in his life that he could have easily took other routes and paths. But he's determined to become the undisputed welterweight champion of the world. And you got to respect that. While this motherfucker trying to price himself out, trying to make, because he know Errol ain't going to be able to stay at welterweight too long. So I'm going to stall him out, wait him out, keep him inactive. That way, you know, I can have a better shot. All games, people. Raw and real. And that's what we do here. We keep it raw and motherfucking real. Peace out.